Is happening, y'all? Welcome on back to another night and another stream. So we're gonna be doing some Nioh 2 tonight. Originally the plan had been to get this build actually done, but I kind of went and just finished the build already. So instead I'm gonna be dropping my Revenant for those that are trying to build it out. I'm gonna be doing co-op with people who need help and knocking out some Twilight missions. So we'll kick things off. I saved one Twilight mission to knock out just to kind of, give people a chance to get into the stream. And then after that, we'll probably jump on into co-op. So yeah, fun build. For those that haven't seen the build video, this is a build focused around Pulverize Heaven and high application of status to inflict basically instant discord in any encounter. So, like most enemies, most basic enemies aren't even going to survive a single combo. Would Tonfa guns work? I would not do Tonfa guns in this build. If you're gonna do devastation, you want an entire build based around devastation, which this isn't that, obviously. I mean, Tonfa guns are good, it's just I didn't want to do that again. And another problem with Tonfa guns is that I found that a lot I was overshooting targets with them, and I didn't want to be overshooting targets anymore. Like kind of how that move doesn't really work on anything that's small. Tonfa guns did that a lot on anything that was a smaller target. Getting Mortal Shell? Was there more announcements about it or something? The last I heard was just a trailer. Like, we don't know anything about it. That's my understanding. All right, let's get Purity. She might die before I can actually get Discord on her. This thing claps like fucking fast. Q3 released Discord to sign up for a beta. So yes, there's no new information about it. Okay. What is the most fun build? I like both Tonfa and dual swords a lot. I know Kasha drops Red Demon Spear. Does she drop armor as well? It's actually a split between like Kasha, Shootin' Doji, Daida Rabochi, Lady Osakabe. A bunch of different bosses can drop it. That's honestly the only drawback for this build. Like, if anything, this build was more created for attack and yokai shift, permanent inheritable. I like. This is more created for like new game plus, simply because we do damage so fast that most shit is dead before we can get both elements on it. I mean, it's an odd problem to have, but it is what it is. Seems to rely on heavy attack speed builds a lot. Do you have anything with low attack speeds? Low attack speeds isn't really a thing in Nioh. Even with, even taking a look at things like the Odachi or things like the Axe, most of those builds are also sped up. because otherwise you just die. Slow isn't the name of the game in Nioh. Same set you have on the Tonfa's build. Yes, it is. This is the exact same build from the Tonfa's. Though I actually forgot to change to Honda clan before that video, so this is the same thing, but just with the appropriate clan, which just makes it even stronger, which is nice. You should be locked. You're good. Where is the sorted by attunement cost? Where's she at? With the new Kasha I just got? There she is. You get a lock. And you get a lock. I want to make sure that all of my good ones are either locked or equipped on something. What's a good mission to just play? Kind of run out of stuff to do. Co-op. That's what I do. Let's do co-op, help people destroy bosses. That's always fun. I gotta get a max level in Enra. Updated sword or ninja build? I have no plans for an updated ninja build. It's essentially the same, just with all of your stats moved over properly. And as for an updated sword build, I've been debating. If I do an updated sword build, it would probably be based around EI quick draw. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I have 5. Where's it at? Do I have a 5th one? Maybe I don't have a 5th EI quick draw. Oh, just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 EI quick draws right now. I could get a 5th, but it would probably be like a singular EI quick draw build, which is kind of meh. Not a giant. I'm not a big fan of singular builds. So the Tonfa build, the build's done. This is a confusion build. New to Tonfa's, any tips on the combos? The most important thing is your Demon Dance. Demon Dance and the follow-up of it, Demon Dance Heaven and Pulverize Heaven, these are the most important things to Tonfa. Because you can pick this up in every tree. There's Pulverize Man, Heaven, and Earth. And this is what allows Tonfa to just go nuts. I have 2 Odachi builds. What's quick draw for? Regular Katana. Let's do Torii Gate, and I'll help somebody out. But Katana's kind of boring to me. Like, EI builds are good. I'd probably do an EI, either EI or Flowing Shadow, or a combination. There's a set for Flowing Shadow, so I'd probably do that and then work in EI. Oh shit, did I do an expedition? Like this game better than the first? Yes. Which build is the most OP? There really isn't a most OP. I mean, because it's largely going to be based on how much damage you're capable of doing with the build. Like, if we're strictly just looking at the one with the highest damage potential, it would probably be Ninjutsu. But Ninjutsu also is incredibly squishy and prone to dying if it gets touched at all. Oh, you're ugly. Have this. I forgot that these things are hyper resistant in expedition mode. It takes ages to get an element on them. I should have never joined in on an expedition. Everything is way too strong here. You look up your highest damage per single hit. Oh god, I don't even want to imagine what that is. Probably up there. It's probably based on like an EI quick draw, like 46,000 or something. Let me get through this mission, I'll take a look. What about a luck build? Garbage. The Child of the Sunset bonus is garbage. We have not dropped the Revenant yet. We are going to in a little bit here. We're just helping some people in co-op. If you craft armor, you have lower stat requirements on it. Life Ninjutsu AAA Plus. It's not a must, but it helps a lot. Oh god, Mr. African, please stop. I'm gonna open that shortcut up. I don't know what the rest of them are doing, but... Speedrunners good at games like Nioh and Soulsborne, or just speedrunning? I think it's kind of like a given. Like you don't get good at games like this. You can't be a good speedrunner without being innately talented at the game, which wouldn't make sense. I could purge this, I guess. Man, Expedition enemies have so much freaking life. It's ridiculous how strong these guys are. And I honestly don't know what the hell the rest of the people that I picked up are doing. Well, the people that the host. I don't know what they're doing at all. What are they fighting? Are they farming something? I've never seen people go through a level this slow. The guy on Reddit posted your exact Odachi build a few days ago as his own and got over 100 upvotes. I'd be curious to see, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if you got a link, I'll take a look at it. At the very least, I can shame the person. But... yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I've already opened up like all the shortcuts through the level. Nami primary for fun, or is it actually good? Basically, I needed a feral spirit, and out of all the feral spirits, Yanami was the best choice. Because if you're not doing the ninja build, there's no point to have the Nikomata spirit. And beyond that, the only other one that seems like it could be worth something would be the Kochiro spirit that gives the attack increase. But the attack increase on that thing is so paltry, it's just not even worth it. Whereas with Yaohime, at the very least, we're getting an anima bonus on saturated enemy, which I'd consider to be the second go-to primary element for this build, and we're getting some life drain on water attack. So it kind of helps, but the biggest thing is we just wanted to have feral for the cumulative damage. Obviously, you could run Tengen, and you're just going to get more damage out of Tengen, because that's what Tengen does. Tengen is damage, but I don't know. I didn't want to put Tengen on every single build I made. So you could obviously run this and put Tengen on it. Your initial anima game would be a little bit slower. What I like is with the cumulative damage, you can basically get Tengen built up. Or you can build up your anima up to the point to where you start actually gaining the benefits of your confusion abilities. How do you do multiple saves? You use the builds option. New yokai form or weapon? They've already confirmed we're getting 2 new weapons. I doubt we'll see a new yokai form. Yeah, that's the other thing. I like the feral counter a lot because it has roughly the same timing as Phantom, except you actually dash forward and hit the target, which just makes it better. I don't know why these guys are insistent on killing every enemy that's in their way. I think it'd be awesome if Nioh 2 got Game of the Year. I don't know if it has that same level of appeal. You temper windstorm damage. You can, but you can only temper it on gloves. So if you want to load out your gear, you're going to want to find gloves that have it as an inheritable and then temper it from there. Guys are always so goddamn annoying. Ah. I like Feral. I mean, Phantom, the thing about Phantom over Feral is Phantom and Carol have very similar timings, except with using Feral, you can also use it as a makeshift dodge. And if you're not right on top of the enemy, you can use Feral to dash into them and interrupt it, which I think makes it a little bit of a stronger option. It's just a lot of the spirits around Feral just aren't very good. I mean, Ame no Motori isn't bad. We got key recovery speed, which can be kind of nice, but it's basically offset by barrier talisman. Masaru is basically ass. That increased attack is like nothing. It's like 5% or something. Nami Hime, decent with the saturated enemy bonus and life drain on water attack if you're taking advantage of water. Hiokucho, you're basically just getting the extra 80 key and some extra key recovery, so not terrible, but nothing here that really like drives it home is awesome. Itakuri is great for a farming build. Yatagarasu is great if you're taking advantage of ranged weapons or scorched. And then Neko is obviously for ninja builds. And the last one we have is Gyokudo, which dash key consumption and untouched elixir. So kind of a very pick. Favorite build I've made? I don't know. Probably spin to win. Man, trying to apply elements on expeditions. I feel like the other guys aren't even hurting this thing. Spin to win is it's an axe build. Would have been way easier if that thing wasn't moving all over the goddamn place. All right, let's find a good spot to drop the gear. Garbage rewards. How do you reset Revenants? You have to rest at a shrine. All right, so let's find a good spot to drop. I'd imagine most people are kind of early. Clement, what do you think? One Night Castle is showing empty, but I don't know if I trust that. I feel like it's not actually empty. The game's just lying to me. No, Dark Omens has been packed lately. Screw it, let's do One Night Castle. Yep, popping new Revenants is the best way to do it. Mausoleum's been a ghost town. I mean, there's only one guy right here, so this is an easy one, in my opinion. We can just drop it here. And I'm muted. But yes, I do think you could get some easy rage videos out of this game. I was saying when it first came out, there were a bunch of people that were playing on Twitch, like a lot of like the really big guys, like, you know, 5,000-10,000 people watching them. And most of them were just raging at the game over like not having iframes or some shit like that. They're like, I don't have any fucking iframes, this is broken, this game's stupid. It's like, bruh, you're like, you get iframes when you dodge properly. Just people that were butthurt about not understanding the game and then blaming it on the game. Shit was funny. Are you going for a swim? I'm dropping my Revenant. Yeah, I really wish I had 1 point for urgency. I'm pretty sure this is filled though on proficiency. Yeah, it is. I really hope they raise that proficiency cap. It's one thing I miss. I liked having urgency was a really solid move, but I'd have to. I don't know what I'd get rid of. Like that. If I dropped impenetrability, those 3 points, I could pick up passage, urgency, and something else. I don't know if I'd want to do that though. Tonfa guns are viable. I just didn't want to do another Tonfa gun build. So we already did that, so it seemed to. Are you still Suwa Myojin? I couldn't find anything better to replace it. For that build, it's hard to say honestly, because I put it. So I farmed up the devastation stuff. I have all the devastation gloves, and I put that build together, and the damage just didn't feel that crazy. I think part of it is the damage versus scorched enemies that works really well. The damage versus the fire damage boosts. The fire damage just really doesn't help that much. Basically, it's just really hard to actually build up the fire damage. It's not really worth it. So unfortunately, yeah, that. Any Nioh 2 boss ranking videos? Nah, I usually don't bother with shit like that. A lot of those boss rankings are always, you know, it's just all user based. It's on whatever that particular person thought was good at any given time. After going from Adachi to any other weapon, I find the damage lacking no matter what I build. I mean, part of it is going to be that the Adachi hits harder, but it hits slower. You need to you need to load out your other weapons, basically. Updated spear build. I think the other spear build holds fine. You could obviously get some spear inheritables on it, and that would make it stronger. You can figure out what inheritables you have available. Well, not just what you have available, but if you go to filtering, and then we look for the special effect, we can get over here and see what spear things we could actually get. So like here you can see there's switch stance stuff and all the it's all of your Switchglaive stuff. There's a bunch of stuff for Tonfas. Let's see. Looking at spear, we have resounding lunge, brace, water wheel, bracing breeze. There's a couple more that are spear in here. You got twisting spear, so you could just ramp twisting spear up and make it hit nice and hard. What else is a good one for spear? That's it. But anyway, yeah, so ideally what you want to do is go through this list, pick something, and then keep hunting until you find inheritable gloves that boost that one damage thing. I think it's worth having multiple builds for weapons, or focusing all your materials and money into one OP build. Well, you can't really make one OP build for everything. I mean, I guess you could just use Tadanashi, but A focused, targeted build will infinitely be better than a generic build. Oh, you have to leave your corpse down to make it stay as a revenant? No. No, your revenant is left wherever you die, whether or not you leave it or not. Once your revenant is down, it's down. So if I die, now my revenant's gonna be over here. You guys got to be on New Game Plus. An OP build for a specific weapon? Well, yeah, an OP build is going to be better than a general build. Tadanashi is from the guy in Region 3, I think it is. Build focused around Unbridled absorption. I mean, it kind of works, but a lot of abilities start to overlap one another. So there's only so far you can take it. Gear is One-Eyed Dragon's Ambition and Purity Tonfa's. Purity Tonfa's being the biggest prize since there is no innate Purity Tonfa in the game, and the only way to get them is finding them on a Revenant, crafting them, or getting random RNG. Guides on farming the hidden seals? It's kind of not needed. That's something that's better contained in a text file that just says what boss you farm it off of. I hate that shit. There's absolutely no reason to do a video guide on where to farm a particular set bonus or a particular special skill, because all of them are just one-word answers. Kintaro set, Obsidian, Helmet, use Rage, spam high stance, heavy attack, you beat the game. That's one way to do it. Sephiroth build, which is Odachi, Katana, Yokai Shift, Living Weapon, Yokai Ability build. Living Weapon isn't even a thing in this game. It's the original. The update? I mean, everything feels the same, to be honest. Otakumaru still absolutely shreds shit. Everyone was like, oh, Otakumaru, he got nerfed. It's so unfair. Like, Otakumaru still claps. Otakumaru still does a ton of fucking damage. You just need to, you know, not rely on only that. I think that was the problem, is you have these people that, like, like, for example, the expedition I went on, where those dudes couldn't do any fucking damage, and the only chance they had to do damage was Otakumaru. I think they wanted people to stop doing that. But if you do damage already, Otakumaru is fine. It'll still help. It's just not going to instant kill an entire boss, which makes sense, because that's what it did before. Anyway, let's do some more co-op. Exactly. Like, they don't want people overly relying on it, I think. How'd you get Constitution scaling? You temper it. No, yeah, Otakumaru is still good. I like Otaku for big guys, and then I use Ryumin on smaller guys. Well, you feel the same for new players in the Snake? The Snake's fine. The Snake was all about how you use it. If you use the Snake on like a bridge, you might only get one hit with it anyway. No, weapons have not been revealed yet. How similar is this to Bloodborne? Very different. How can you make the Odachi tankier? I feel like a glass cannon when I make one mistake. Wearing heavy armor? That would probably help a bit. Hang on. Which mission is this guy on? Oh, he's on this mission. I'm gonna melt that thing. The amount of questions you must... Dude, yes, you have no idea. Then people will be like, oh... Like, I go off on people sometimes. Like, when people start asking real dumb shit, I'm like, no. That does not get an answer. It's like sitting here like, hold up, what? Wish this thing would have back up. Revenant stay for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll be dropping it throughout the night. It's a Hoya set? It's garbage. It's good for like the middle of the game maybe, but it's not an endgame set. What build are you taking into the DLC? Either this or the dual blades, most likely. I might do this one, Tonfa's. I mean, I don't know. Dual blades are like my go-to. I can't go wrong with dual blades because I know I'm gonna have the survivability I need. I know I'm gonna have the damage. But this can be a lot of fun too. Hey, Toshi's Abacus. Neat. If somebody needs help on a mission, now would be the time to ask for it as well. Missed a few things in Hirata Estate? Nah, I disagree. Yeah, Ethereal might be a while. I'm trying to remember. I think Ethereal was Way of the Wise, though, not Demon. So we have a hot minute till we get Ethereal. What's the big difference between this and your Fire Tonfa build? This is way stronger. Shits on everything. Fire build shits on things weak to fire. Fire build relies on devastation. This doesn't. This just kills everything. No, Dream of the Wise should be the second DLC. Because we're gonna have Dream of the Demon, Dream of the Wise, Dream of the Demon. I don't think I'm gonna get fire on him. don't need to actually do anything. I can just sit here. There is a whole video on the channel with a in-depth 15-minute look at my setup. Medium armor. One-Eyed Dragon's Ambition. Yeah, I could split them up. Like, do dual swords for one DLC. And then do Tonfa for the next DLC. We do not want to know when the DLC is out. Okay, let me check the highest damage thing. Let's see. Should be under vitals, right? Gameplay record. Let's see. Max damage caused in a single hit, 36,838. What do I want to put on here? Be good to have all of those on. Where would I put it though? Probably there. And I'd probably just take off Sneak Thief. You're not worth it. Oh, I can drop the Revenant again. Let's go, let's see, where do we want to go? This Golden Nation. No, that's a shitty one. Movable. I want to say this one has a drop right at the start I can use. Well, part of it's gonna be level. Like, if you're only level 100, you probably won't even see my Revenant. Oh yeah, this one works well. I can drop it here. So I can just go right there. Give a size? I don't see size happening. I think 3-section staff or nunchucks, because I think they'll stick with weapons that we had in Ninja Gaiden. Because Ninja Gaiden we had scythes, and we got the Switchglaive. Ninja Gaiden we had nunchucks, so I would expect a nunchuck or a 3-section staff. Level? Let's see what level. I am 274. Almost to 300. Anyway, new Revenant should be right here, right at the start of this place. Oh. Wah! Please don't, Mr. Odachi. We might see it at 170. I'm seeing these Revenants and they're 170. Not sure when it happened, but Refuge and Strike got nerfed. It was only getting 6 million average from Refinement of the Underworld. Yeah, no, they stealth nerfed that as part of the patch that went out. They were saying that the tooltip was broken. Apparently, it was supposed to be like Amrita gauge, not Amrita, which is bullshit. Actually, I don't know if I have Kingos yet. Maybe I should farm up a Kingo text. Nagamaki? They'd probably just... I'm pretty sure there's actually an Odachi that fits that description already. Did you finish 7? No, I'm not done 7 yet. I'm farther than I was, but haven't done it yet. Let's see. Kingo set. Shootin' Doji and Tochiro. I don't think Shootin' Doji drops that. Make sure I don't have it. I'm pretty sure I don't have Kingo's armor, but if I was gonna make a Katana build, I'd probably want to do Kingo. Might have it already. I do. Okay, that's good. Melee key damage is so underwhelming. If I go 5-piece with that, what's the Flowing Shadow set? Oh, it's you. That would actually, that could be pretty good then. If I was to do a Katana build, I could do 5-piece Kingo, use Atagi Sadamune. I would need... Actually, no, I'd only need 4 pieces, and then I could do the Honor and Harmony. Increased attack on Omyo magic hit. Well, if I only want the 3-piece, that's like a weapon and a helmet to pick that up. But I might as well go the 4-piece to get the damage taken bonus. And then that would leave me 3 pieces and a weapon of you to get me the backstab damage bonus. Or I could take 15% melee key damage isn't terrible. So if I took that, I could still pick up Hugo Directors for Flowing Shadow. Then I could do Flowing Shadow and then EI Stance, EI Quick Draw. Make a build based around that. It wouldn't be terrible. It would work. It's just, I don't know, Katana is so, like, basic Betty. You know, the alternative, of course, is you do, really want to min-max your shit, you do Champion of Soa, which gives you 15% singular mastery, but I'm not a big fan of 15% singular, to be honest. And I'd already be getting Flowing Shadow and EI Quick Draw, so I'm not sure I'd want to bother. Backstab damage literally for the Ninjutsu tree skill backstab? No, it's attacks from behind. Adding a martial arts tree for combat without weapons? I don't know, man. That would essentially discount all of the, it would eliminate the need for barehanded builds altogether. So, I don't see them doing it. I don't see them doing a new playstyle that makes another one obsolete. Sonata Crimson? Sonata Crimson is weird in this game. It's not as potent as it used to be. I have the set for it. Where's it at? Where is my Sonata? Yeah. Damage bonus based on damage taken. And then melee damage, block, break, never winded life. I don't remember what it used to have, but I want to say that this set used to be pretty damn crazy. But damage bonus on damage taken doesn't sound that good. Especially for a medium set. If you're running EI Katana, 4-piece Triumph of Tranquility, 3-piece Psychas, for the 5 and 4 set bonuses is very strong. 4-piece Triumph, 3-piece Psycha? Psycha? 3-piece? Saika as an exceptional one? Saika? That's Sakan. Triumph and Saikas. Oh, Saika is Yatagarasu. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's just, I think, a 4% melee damage. That's good for just about anything. You're trying to fill out a set. Do I not have it? I know I have his set. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so you pick up the 5% melee and dodge key. And then you're doing Triumph of Tranquility. I don't know if I have that one. It's looking like I don't. That one. Oh, the Swordmaster guy set. Okay. I haven't actually farmed him up much. I think this is him. Let's go beat his ass real fast. 3% melee, 40 attack, defense, sword, and 7% ability damage. 40 attack defense is pretty good. You can block, but you'll just die. Bah, 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 bah. Stay away from me, bro. Oh, a punch! Oh, God, no. I'm gonna die trying to one-punch him. Oh, God. First fucking kill on this guy and I get his attire. What a joke. Yeah, that is ridiculous. One of the only sets I don't have. That's nuts. Earlier today, I killed a Yokai man and he dropped his set and then his katana the next kill. I was like, oh, okay. Would a gun build be decent? Gun builds are gimmicky as hell. They're good. They're really strong. They're just fucking gimmicky and kind of boring, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of gun builds. All right, let me take a look at the set. Sort by new. Is it lightweight though? Oof. I mean, that probably would be better than the other sets, because 40 attack defense is pretty significant, and then 7 active skill. Because when I was doing testing on the spear builds, and was testing out Sakon's set, this one. This has 6% active skill damage, and that was just barely under the stamina bonus or constitution bonus that you got for running Warrior of the East. So 6% was just barely below that, and comparing that bonus to if you look at stamina bonus on Obsidian and compare that to Kintaro's was just barely below it. So if you were to take the 40 and the 7%, it would probably outclass a max bonus and 3% melee and key recovery. And what's the other set that I was considering? How high do I got to invest in that to get melee damage? So I really like Flowing Shadow. Flowing Shadow is just a really fun move. It's the move I'm thinking it is, the one where you go like boom, 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 and you zip around the guy. You are 4. But then again, I think I would need Psychas, because you got to pick up the... Yeah, you would basically need to have Psychas, because you need the weapon. Well, no, because this doesn't have a helmet. So a set that has a helmet and a weapon, I could pick up a 3-piece. Moon Shadow. What was the one I was looking at? Anima Charge, Luck. Kingos would be Life Final Blow. Well, hang on. Kingos, I would need 4 pieces to hit melee. So for the 5-piece bonus, I'd have to run the weapon and... No. 5-piece? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I would need to run the weapon and then 3 pieces. So I could have a robe, a helm, and a weapon slot and a range slot open. So if I went robe and helm, and weapon, I could pick up Final Blow and 4% melee damage from rocking Kingos. But I would be short. No, wait. I would get the melee damage. I would get 4% melee, but I wouldn't pick up backstab. I could do this and pick up Flowing Shadow and damage taken, but that's kind of eh. If I went this, I'm getting dodge key and 5% melee. So that probably would be the best bet, because you could execute that even easier with the rifle, the headband, and the katana. That still leaves 1 slot open. If I went for, well, actually, if I did chest, rifle, and katana here, that would hit my mark, and I would have 1 more set that I could pick up a 2-piece bonus of. Oh, I don't know if there's any set where the 2-piece is good enough to justify, though. What 2-piece would I want? Ruler of Riverside's not bad with efficient yokai. Item drop, yokai. Oh, there we go. Just sort of meditation, bro. Of course. I could use a special helm. I could use the same helm I'm using right now, which is really good. I'm trying to think of my math. I had what? A chest, a helm, and a weapon open. No, wait, because to pick up Psychas, I needed the gun. I was trying to think if I could work in another 3-piece. I don't think I could. We could do this, but Tiger Sprint's ass. Even boosted Tiger Sprint is just a fucking terrible ability. Wish I could take Flowing Shadow, but I don't think I could pull that off. No, wait. I had a chest slot, a weapon slot, and a range slot open. Yeah, it's just 1 piece, right? Because I would need range, and then a chest slot, and then yeah, okay. So is meditation ever a good skill? It's just that it's too slow. It's too slow to do anything. That's the problem. So yeah, I could just run this, and then I could just keep a Trident Vajra sword helm in. I have to make another one, of course, but Trident Vajra's pretty good. And then the bow, we would use Warrior of the West. Or no, wait, what about Golden Boy set? What's the 3-piece on that? 3-piece on that is lightning damage. I don't think lightning damage would be worth it. Sword is bottom tier weapon? No. You are objectively wrong. Either a Hyuga or a Gallant set for good sword skills. Gallant is, what's it called? Yeah, Gallant is Night Rain. Night Rain's actually pretty good when you boost it all the way up, but with only having one roll for it, it wouldn't be strong enough. And you wouldn't use Night Rain over EI with an EI Inheritable build anyway. Dragon's Horn, Dragon's Claw, and Dragon's Fang moves. So Night Rain is fun. But the rest of the set's kind of ass. Strong attack key consumption, damage taken. It's dookie. And this one, if I was going to use it, I'd want to work Omyo in some way to take advantage of increased attack on Omyo magic hit. Went to the Revenant, just a bunch of Sarutobis there. Oh, we can find a new spot to drop it. Let's go to Dawn. We'll move it up to Dawn. What's that? Found a red. Oh, shit. Where's the red at? Isn't there a lake in Abduction we could go to that's early on? Can I gravity myself at the beginning of this? Dark Omens is so boring though. The other problem is Dark Omens is fucking... Dude, Dark Omens is filled with people usually. Dark Omens usually has a shit ton of people. You gotta reset at the shrine, man. Reset at the shrine. If you don't see Graves, fuck around on Twitter for 5 minutes, come back, and then Graves will show up. Alright, I'm gonna die right up against this tree. Right here. Alright, right up on this tree. If this guy... Come on. Are you stuck, dude? Bruh. I'm the only grave by the tree. Inheritables? We're not dropping Inheritables. We're dropping Purity Tonfas and gear. No, Hakiri's sword will not relieve a Revenant. You need to die, whether by gravity or by enemy, to leave a grave. It works with Barrier Talisman? Yes. It's a mission in Region 1. So as long as you're New Game Plus, you should be able to get it. I'm gonna pulverize Heaven over Heavenly Chain? Heavenly Chain. Is that, I can't remember which one Heavenly Chain is. Oh, Heavenly Chain misses a fuckload. It's a cool ability, but that shit misses a ton, unless you're on big targets. Whereas Pulverize Heaven has like a massive amount of uptime. So it's just a safer bet. How do you get it? You find somebody to trade with. This is for you. watching this on your phone and your computer. And yes, it's 2 viewers. I don't know. I think it depends if you're logged in on separate accounts. I started with the Devastation build, which Devastation you can still do. I have Devastation Inheritables, and it's strong. I think part of it is with the Devastation build, that whole build was designed around just doing Devastation. That was your damage. Everything else was like, you'll do okay damage, but it was all about Devastation. Whereas this has two different things going on. You have the ridiculous damage that you have coming in from your Demon Dance Pulverize, and then you also have ridiculous damage from getting the enemy inflicted with confusion. And Charles with the donation, long time watcher of your content, first time donation, love the work you do, keep up the great work, stay safe. Thanks Charles, you too. Which one I like more? This is way more flexible. I don't need to use Devastation on every single thing. How are you trying to work these sword sets? Oh, that was a separate build we were talking about. We were talking about a Katana build. Talking about Katana. Should be able to see it if you're 207. Nah, drunk walkthroughs don't happen anymore. I'm an old man these days. That's what Clement said. If Revenants aren't showing up, restart your game, make sure your game's updated, all that jazz. Is this the Unroki fight? Oh, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Hey, Tonfa bros. Do the Tonfa dance. Do the Tonfa dance. Oh no, this is the daily. Come on out, friend. Let me show you how we clap. Let me show you how we clap. I thought about making a Kusarigama build. I don't know if I'd want to use the River Yokai or if I'd want to make it beefy as hell and do like Tadamashi or something. He's so based. All your walkthroughs and let's plays weapons scale well with Tonfas. Honestly, you shouldn't worry about what weapons scale good as a secondary because you'll almost never actually use your secondary weapon. In basically 99% of cases, your secondary weapon is there to get you a set bonus, not to actually get used. It's like, take this for example. The only reason I have this sword on is to help give me a 6-piece set bonus. This sword will never see the light of day. So I haven't bothered with stats on it or anything. This guy really fucking... Dude, no. I did not come here for this guy to just summon Revenants. I'm here to help you along on a mission. Okay, I'm gonna sit right here. Isn't there a sit one? Where's the sit emote? It's this one. Oh wait, I'm uneven. I gotta be perfectly straight here. I gotta sit like I'm the statue. There we go. Damn it! So it goes slightly like that. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'll just wait here. Dude, that shit pisses me off. Like, I'm here to help you, not fucking kill Revenants. Farm for gear on your own time, you know? Shit's rude. Yeah, stamina on Obsidian and stamina boost on weapon stack. Yeah, like, nah, I'm here to get the job done. Every time I join the mission, people farming Revenants, you can just run ahead enemies and will teleport them. It's annoying as fuck. Well, I can't here because the door is locked. Good lightweight sets for Tonfa, not Tongas. Everyone keeps calling them Tongas. Tonfa. Charles with the dono and the Booty Nation join. No, I wouldn't recommend lightweight for Tonfas though. You need to have a toughness with Tonfas because you're gonna be in the fray. And if you get knocked out of your combo, then what's the point of using Tonfas? Final blows do not benefit from backstab. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just sit here. I should just sit here while they fight the boss. Just call it a day. Toughness is your poise. If you don't have toughness, you get killed. Yeah, I saw it, Christian. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it, but I saw it. I don't know. Revenant was all right. Servant of the gods equipped? I wouldn't do that. Asking to get booped. All about having that A toughness. A toughness, B agility. That's what you want. See if I can find somebody fighting all the bosses. Dream of the Strong. I like Golden Castle. How to promote? Donate to the clan. And toughness comes from heavier weight of gear or by finding gear that has toughness rolled on it or rolling it on yourself. Yeah, I don't. I mean, unless you can temper your toughness to just barely hit a new tier, it's usually not worth having it on gear. You still get more benefit? I don't believe so. I want to say it's tier based. I expect we'll see. I want a 3-section staff. Because I don't know. When I'm thinking about weapons, I'm thinking about what they did with the Switchglaive. And a 3-section staff, your low stance, you could use it almost like nunchucks, like all 3 broken apart. And then in mid stance, it's like the long part and the one little one. And then in a high stance, it's just a full-blown staff doing combos. The best place to farm inheritables is to find people to trade with in the subreddit. Dexterity has minimal impact on Tonfas. It's your lowest stat. Plus, if you double remodel, it goes down to like D- or something. I don't think we'll get claws, because we already have barehanded. If they did claws or knuckles or anything like that, it basically removes all barehanded builds from the game. Well, it doesn't remove them, but it makes them all, like, inconsequential, you know? I have a fist weapon with an entire in-depth fist weapon playstyle when there's already barehanded. Even though barehanded is bottom bitch, I don't see them doing anything. Man, I can't even hit cancel. It's grayed out, so I'm assuming it's found a room. It's just a laggy ass room. And I don't know. Oh, there we go. Let's hit cancel. No, damn it. It lit up for a second. I hit the button. It was already grayed out again. Proper halberd? Yeah, but that's kind of already fulfilled between spear and switchglaive. Let me turn this off. I think this is fucking with the filter. Let me just put on without conditions and search again. Say the best way to get sets for certain builds is to forge the items? Yes. Nope, haven't tried barehanded, have no interest in it. It's boring. No, I'm just helping people, Ryan. Not really farming anything, there's nothing I need. Oh, this dude's doing final boss. I'm coming, Tenax. I wonder if it's this guy's first time going after the boss. Is to summon up 2 people and William and Okatsu. That's overkill. No, it was not his first time. Just popped a Takumaru on that guy. Okay, guy. This guy's water sword build is doing like no damage at all. Hey, look at the stats and other people's gear in co-op. I don't know. I don't believe so. Yeah, it's a super rough fight. Final region is locked for me. I have completed all mission. What is the problem? I don't know. Either you're missing a mission or you haven't. What difference does it make between Brute and Phantom? It depends. Some things have, like if you were to run Tengu with the goat thing, you get like an extra 30% damage on Phantoms. Yeah, this is all New Game Plus, as for those confused. Yeah, New Game Plus. You need to do side missions and fill up the bar. Look at the country map. You see how there are little check marks on the bar? You need to do side missions to fill up that bar. Until you get the final part of the bar filled up, you're not unlocking Afterglow. What's your opinion on Ninjutsu? What Guardian Spirit is best? The Neko. Neko is the only thing that you can use on a Ninjutsu build. Still get good damage. Literally designed for Ninjutsu builds. Guys take forever to kill me. No, Fuma is not for gear. Fuma is good early on. Any new hatchets build? No, old hatchets build works fine. You just gotta inherit your piercing throw onto it to make it hit harder. It's the only thing I changed with that. Same with Axe. The only thing I changed on the Axe build is inherit Mad Spinner onto every piece of gear. Part of the reason I don't know what I want to farm up next, because I have... Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do a Katana build. See if any of these guys have something good while I'm dropping. This guy's dropping something. No, mine is not Tonfa gun. I don't even use Devastation on this build. I don't think Devastation really makes sense on a build like this, so I actually opt to not have that. Those are the purity ones that everyone's getting. Those are fire gun sticks. There is no best Kusarigama. It's going to depend all on your build. Depends if you're running river set, depends if you're running, I don't know. There's a lot of factors that go into it. There's never just one best set. And no, Fuma Ninja is not a set. How much you do? Did you ever consider a no death or level out run? No, I'm not interested in challenge runs at all. And Evan. Evan? No, hang on. I'm reading these out of order. So that was Josh. Josh with the sub hype. Are you able to get plus value items from Revenants? I'm not sure. Maybe? Believe so? I don't think the Inheritables would work, Zane. I'm pretty sure when gear drops, it usually drops whatever the base version of that gear was before you've inherited or done any tempering. How do Inheritables even work? You max out your familiarity and then you move the Inheritable over. Always fun to finish stuff off with that. Well, the gloves should drop with EI, but the armor? That doesn't make sense. Because your armor, EI, technically, EI Inheritable is only going to be a glove Inheritable. Unless there's some fuckery going on with the, somebody editing something. Murder and everything. Hey, it's my old build. Literally the old Tonfa build. That's fucking funny. Oh, man. Dude, yeah, Tonfa grapple is delicious. It's so strong. Imbue element all depends on what you're running. Water's good for extra damage. Lightning's good to slow stuff down. Fire can be good if you have bonuses against scorch targets. Purity can be good all the time. He was actually using Vajra. I have these changed to look like Vajra, but they're not Vajra. Vajra Tonfas just look badass because they have like perpetual lightning around them and it's like 2 little claws. The Ninetales final boss was the 3rd DLC. That thing was crazy. Abacus. I'm pretty sure I was trading with him the other day. My Revenant right over here. Ground spike? That's not a thing. Are they gonna ground quake? Be consistently getting 20k with Night Rain? Yeah, but you could be getting like 40k with EI. Bruh, kill me already. If you have a weapon with purity and imbue it with element, you get both effects. You can't. You can only have one element on a weapon at any given time. The only instance this doesn't count is with the dual lightning and fire dual blades, and they have such low buildup that usually they're not worth using. Night Rain paired with Flowing Shadow. But think about the EI, Ryan. Think about the crazy 50k EI slash. It's all about that big ass one shot. Which if you really wanted to max it. Actually, I don't know. That set, the 40 attack defense and 7 skill damage might be higher. This is Dark Omens, one of the first missions in the game. I mean, Zane, if you want to try dropping it, I'll pick it up. I'll see if it has the inherits on it. Purity is the only element status you can't apply by skill customization. Yes. Come at me again. Watch what happens to you, you silly Switchglaive bitch. I mean, I could drop all my armor off. And y'all just have to farm up your one-eyed dragon stuff. Tonfa? Almost every build I use Honda Clan. It's all about maxing the skill. Zane, you can drop it, but I'm telling you, it won't work like that. Unless the items have been hacked into the game, it'll drop the armor set, and the only piece that'll have... Because whatever stats were on it when you picked it up, those are the stats that should be on that stuff. Are you from Texas? No. shit. Get anything worth keeping? Let's see. Okay, I can use some of these. I'm not really that interested in the Omeo build, to be honest with you. It's alright. It's just not really my thing. I was Flowing Shadow build, 30k damage with just that, nothing could touch me. Yeah, no, that's what I did too. Flowing Shadow was sick. But I don't think you, I mean, well, what's weird is when we were looking at gear earlier, hang on. Sort this. We went to filtering. I want to say that I saw that in here, but it might only be in here because it's a set bonus. Oh, wait, what was it? Special effect 1. Yeah, should be right here somewhere. Flowing Shadow, right? Or no, I need to go to gloves. I thought I saw Flowing Shadow in this list. Damn it. Quick draw. Maybe I didn't see Flowing Shadow on the list. It just sucks that that's the only bonus we can get. Well, if it was inheritable, we would have seen it, though. Using Focus Strike. I was looking through this earlier, and I thought I saw it. But now I'm not. Sign of the Cross is only a set bonus. In general, if something's on a set, you usually can't get it as an inheritable. Heaven Flash, Sword of Discernment. Reaper, Waterfall, Blade Spin. Yeah, no Flowing Shadow. Pulverize Inherits? Did you make it yourself? No, someone in the subreddit had it. I got the original if you want me to drop some for you, Clement. Get it back in the community, have it spread around. Let me go grab, I'll grab an inheritable kit and I'll drop it at Dark Omens with the gloves and a couple other things. Since we're busy sharing gear and all that jazz. Start Shrine. Here, equipment sets, farm dual swords 3. Save it there. Alright, let's see. So I'm going to keep these on. For the bow, I will bring along, I guess, the Amrita earned one, just so people can get their hands on that. For helm, let's go with the elemental damage taken while guarding. That's a good one. For the chest, we'll go with the what to do on the chest? Do I still have the life chest? Inheritable, the regular inheritable life. There's more ninja nerds than anything else. We'll go that. This. We are going, oh god, hang on. Maybe I don't have it anymore. I should have a spare, but I'm thinking I may not have the spare. Snow, devastation. Trying to think. Hang on a second. Let me do this. I want to check my saves. Upload to online. I think the online is before I moved all the Inheritables over. No, I should still have it on the backup because I backed up right before I made the whole build. .304 sounds about right. Let me move this to the USB. .502, yes. Okay, so the USB has the save after updating it, I believe. And then on the online storage, we will re-download it. Yes, to get untouched Ninjutsu and Shuriken and Kunai, you need to inherit them over. All about the Inheritables. I should have one, so we'll drop a full-blown Inheritable loadout. Then I'll go back to the main save. Just can't find Kunai. I've seen tons of them. You guys got to trade with people. That's the thing. You could sit there and kill Revenants for days and you might not find what you want. If you're trying to get something in particular, you need to find people to trade with. Go somewhere and be like, hey, I got this. Does anybody have this? I'm looking for this. I can offer this, 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 this. If you're lucky, someone will just be like, I got you. Come here, pick up my Revenant. All right, are you... God damn it, this is after I updated it, and it seems like the full build. All right, so it looks like I don't have the original anymore, which is ass, because I thought I had a backup. I could probably tell you who I got it from, though. Let me go back to the subreddit and check. Slow Cheetah 93 had Pulverized Heaven Orange. It's like cheetah, like accentuated. But yeah, he was nice because I farmed up 6, and then when I was getting ready to do the build, I like backed up my old save on top of my current save. So then I had to re-farm the shit up. I did find the cannon, but that build wasn't really worth using after I updated it. The thing is, even when you take a bunch of different shit to ramp up fire damage, it's still just not worth using. Like, the damage just isn't there on it. You'd be better off doing, like, a, basically devastation on a Soa's Governor set. So many people ask questions you can easily Google. My dude, welcome to my life. There's never-ending questions. And Google is a rare commodity. It's like fucking... It's like fresh water in Waterworld. Ryan, that damage is dookie. Should be way higher than that. You talk about Ungyo prestige picks? Nah, that's just whatever you want. Like, I always take Anima Charge, Anima, Amrita Earned, and Soul Core Drop Rate. And then in Ungyo, I always take Elixir, Key Recovery Speed, Key, and I think it's Life that's after Key. But it's all preference. I mean, if you're doing Omeo or Ninja, you go that. I never take Equipment Drop Rate because I want Item Drop Rate. Similar here, I never bother taking Extended Yokai Shift because it's ass. And while Yokai ability damage is good, I'd rather have Anima or Anima Charge Gain or, you know, something like that. Yeah, I got Devastation. I can drop Devastation. I'll drop some stuff. Let me, just after I saved the set. Save this here. Alright, we're gonna take you off. So I'm gonna drop some goodies. Let's see. As for you, we're going to bring along that. On the chest, I'll bring the ninjutsu. On these, let's see. Blade spin. Could drop Windstorm. Or the Devastation. No, I haven't seen a lot of the Moonlit Snow ones going around. I'll drop those. Why not? And then we'll do the running speed and then these guys. Guy looks goofy as shit. If you want to drop Orange Pulverize, I'll start throwing them around, Josh. Be good to get a spare pair again. Is it better to buy the Book of Reincarnation from the Blacksmith at the tea house? I don't know, man. How much money you got? Versus how much glory you got? Hey, guy. An arrow to the back of the knee. Whose hatchet build do you think is better, yours or Ruri's? I haven't seen Ruri's hatchet build. Still, I have my phone and laptop in front of me, and I still ask my wife questions from the other room. Yeah, but that's like part of being married. Half of being married is just asking dumb shit that you could Google to each other. Like today I woke up and I was like, is it cold outside today? And Paige looked up the weather, even though I could have clearly just looked at my phone and seen how cold or hot it was. Hey you, douchebag, come back. For red cancer for the pulverized orange. Where did you die at? Let's see what he had on. He had Windstorm 8.8. I could drop that. Books go up to 1 million. Glory goes up to 5,000, I believe. I like how my dude's like naked and still just shitting on Revenants. Is that you? Around the tree next to Shortcut Gate. I gotta refresh it. So the easy way to tell when shit has refreshed is kill one to pick. So we're gonna pick this one, right? And now we're just gonna reset. And when that grave shows up, I know they've all refreshed. But the thing is, the refresh will take like 5 minutes. Apart from Revenants, is the one-eyed dragon only from Final Boss? I think I got it on Final Boss. I've heard Final Boss. I've read William. I think I got it Final Boss. I mean, this trade system works. I actually think, like, I've thought about it before, but another thing to keep in mind is if you were to not have trades like this, instead, you'd be giving away your shit. And people, like right now, it's easy for people to get OP builds because you can drop it and everybody can get it. If it was actually a trade, though, people would be like, fuck nah, man. It took me like 10 hours to get these gloves. You can suck a dick. You ain't having my gloves. They'd be like, well, I got these fucking super rare gloves. Let's swap super rare gloves. And you'd be like, oh, shit. You'd only have one OP build at any given time, and it would take forever to build it up. So, Revenant's just refreshed. So, these two that I killed just showed back up. That one in the corner I killed showed back up. That's the trick. I have a Falcon tank. Oh, god damn. It's just out here murdering Revenants. My favorite build? I don't really have one. I like a lot of my builds. They're all special to me in their own way. Shoryuken! Shoryuken! Nioh 2 comes out for PC on the 16th. 16th of what? April? No, it doesn't. Yokai shift build be good? No. Yokai shift builds are garbage. The problem with yokai builds is the damage you can do out of yokai form is infinitely stronger. So because of that, even if you had a build where you get yokai form up instantly and it lasts a long time, you just don't do enough damage to justify it. Anyway, let's get back to doing some co-op. Storehouse those, storehouse those. This is what you gotta do. You gotta find the shit, and then you toss it in the storehouse. Like this. In the storehouse you go. Anything that has them good inheritables, it gets chucked away for later. So you, into the storehouse, into the storehouse, into the storehouse. No, not favorite, into the storehouse. So what did I bring out? I'll put my shit back. You. Into the storehouse. $48 life, it's not terrible, but it's a regular inheritable. I'm not about that life. Oh shit, I destroyed one. That's alright. That wasn't a very important stat anyway. Is Ninjutsu viable new game plus? Yes. Level up the gear some, because I do like this set a lot. Alright, level. Let's take you up to +2. Let's take you up to +2. I'm gonna get everything up to like +3 probably. This is my favorite one. I was gonna say that. Every time I'm playing a build, it's my new favorite. How about that? Let's use up the +2. Any good ways to grind up blacksmith plans? Yep. I have entire guides dedicated to it on the channel. On a convenient playtest, or playlist, titled Builds and Guides. Oh, Toxic Dual Blades were my other favorite. This is my new favorite. 4, 4, 4, 4. Do I have any 4s? Oh, you're still 3. That's so depressing. And then you're like, I'm out. What do I do? Well, class, what you do is you take... Actually, I don't think I am out. Let's see. Do we have any 1s or 2s? Do not. Can't use those. How you escaped, you're going back in the thing. There we go. You take something like this, and you take something like this, and you make them into a +4. And you take that +4, and go here, and we turn that into a +5. What was a chest? Chest that had escaped. To the storehouse you go. And I think that's it. Ah, there we go. My Trident Vajra is all nice and updated. Feels good. So, anybody need mission help? I can either help people on missions, or I could start making the new build. Accessories, goodbye. And then I want to... Can I get you guys higher? You're at 5. Right. So we are going... Oh yeah, I can definitely get you higher. I got a bunch of 3s. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna... Lock. 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 Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna unlock all of them. Soul matching. And then we're gonna disassemble. Oh, nope. Check all, exotic or below. Disassemble. And then we're gonna go soul match. And I am going to take this, and how about, let's see, there you go. And there's that +5, and there's my Tonfas. And there's now the +7. And we're going to combine these for a 2, and then grab the 2 and grab another 2 to give us a 3. And then grab the 3 and grab, do I have any other 3s sitting around? There's a 3 to make a 4. See, this is the kind of shit you gotta do. Or is like, where are my level 5s at? Like, level 5s don't just get shit out of the sky. You gotta level up your shit. You grab all this trash, and you add it, and you add it, and you add it, and you add it. And you keep adding the garbage together until you have a giant pile of garbage that is all +5s and +6s for you to use. I don't think I have any +1s. I do have some +2s. Now we'll grab that, and there was a spear that was 3. Alright, so we have a 5, a 4. Dachi. So now we have 5, 2 4s, multiple 3s. No. Oh, these are double range 3s. Oh, it's been a while since I've had a range 3. And we'll lock that to keep it around till later. Alright. Combine you with the X to get me up to 5. Take that and that 5 to give us a 6. And I think that's it for now. Yes. So we'll lock that. Lock that. And now I got a 6 and a 3 on deck. And everything else we get rid of. You've 170 is rare. So it just takes a while. Another 6 and I'll have a 7 and then I can turn this into 8. It's a lot of damage. Yep, we have dropped the Revenant a number of times. Anyway, let's do some co-op. We're going to do more co-op. As a reminder, if people need help, you gotta let me know. You know, I could start working on the Katana build. Because to be fair, both this and my dual sword build are now at the level where they need Dream of the Demon for a challenge. I don't think nunchuck makes sense. I can help you with final boss. Though to be fair, if it's your first run of the final boss and you bring me in, it will most definitely cheapen the experience. But if you don't give a shit, hey man, I'm here to destroy its life for you. Farm plus divines, revenants, or either you kill revenants or you farm final boss. I'm not sure if I want to do a dedicated Sarigama or Switchglaive build. So I feel like if you're using Switchglaive, you're using magic. If you're using Kusarigama, you're using Ninjutsu. Tips for beginner build, just find a weapon you're comfortable with and take it from there. Is this a new game? Not like this. Not like this. Fire! How long have I been married? 2.5 years. I mean, I know when our anniversary is, but I don't know, man. Once you get married, it all just kind of blends together, to be honest. Why would you do this? Oh, I'm dead. Well, I tried. I was halfway through the dark zone and dude respawned everything and reset it. No rewards. Some good glory though. Sarutobi's dad or something in the DLC? Maybe. But yeah, some hosts are fucking dumb. I mean that I had already cleared out like the hard shit in the dark realm. Sure. Set a password, do this. Go to Torygate and then do secret word. And let's do, make it booty. Booty. And then I will join in and come carry you. One of the Nioh next weapons could be Samsumada. It's like a Titanite catch pull, but with spikes from halfway up to the hook. Let me look at this thing. I mean, I don't know, man. That looks like that's like a riot control thing. I don't know if they would use that. Basically like a giant fork. I don't see them adding that. Let's look at Ninja Gaiden weapons, because that's probably what they're going by. So if we look at the weapons in Ninja Gaiden, there was the Lunar is a devastating weapon with longer combos than sword, but more strength than nunchucks or fails. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see pictures of this shit. Ninja Gaiden, we had claws and boots. We had Tonfas, we had scythe. We had the swords, we had the Kusarigama. Nunchucks were popular in Ninja Gaiden, so we might see that again. We had the chakram type thing. We could see that. Anyway, let's Yeah. Yeah, the talons. I don't know. I just feel like we won't see a bare fist oriented weapon, because if they add talons, then what does that say about all the bare fist builds that exist, you know? I mean, I guess it would invalidate them, but it would feel pretty shitty if you spent all this time making a bare fisted build only to have actual fist weapons introduced, you know? Bare fists do have stupid damage output, but the thing is they're fucking boring. You have like 4 different moves, and that's it. What about dual pistols? Fuck. And dual pistols. They nerfed bare fist damage last patch. No. Just makes me feel more vindicated by not making a build. I mean, I knew that shit was getting nerfed. Yeah, didn't they say all the DLC was going to be prequels anyway? I mean, Naginata kind of falls into the same realm as Switchglaive, though. I like how the other dude's just running away. Easy money. That thing got wrecked. Mark, don't tell him that. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Extend Yokai shift and Yokai ability damage. Wowzer dowser. Yeah, but Naginata already kind of falls in the same realm as Switchglaive. Switchglaive essentially is like a short blade a halberd naginata thing, and a scythe all in one. So that kind of limited their shit. I wonder what I would do for an independent Switchglaive weapon. Because with BCC, because I think the big thing I dislike about Switchglaive is that it has such a heavy magic investment. But if I was to take one and remodel it, I could get double B plus, which isn't that good. Or I could get A minus B plus. But I'm thinking about maybe doing like a non-magic Switchglaive build. Just because fuck investing that much into magic. I don't know what I would do for the set. Because if I was gonna go for just general damage, you know, we got Kingo, we got Tadanashi. We need more DLC sets, because there's not a single set that's like attack defense Tonfa or attack defense Switchglaive. What's wrong with magic? It's boring when you play a build that has to put up like 5 fucking buffs before every fight. That shit gets old real fast. Child of Sun is garbage. What did I say it was? Skill and Constitution B plus. Yeah. Invigorate? Yeah, it's still in there. How significant is the damage bonus on Sonata's Crimson? I wonder if that would be good. Red of Devotion. Because the melee damage block. I mean, it's just a weird set. It's a very odd set, you know? Sonata Crimson damage bonus, damage taken. Let's see if anybody's done any So I want to say they changed Sonata Crimson up a lot. Like in the original, I think it had some crazy ass bonus on it. God, fucking Extra Life is missing so much damage. Yeah, in the original, it had 16% final blow and 12.5% skill damage, which was pretty good. But I don't know if the damage bonus is any good or how it ramps up or what. Switchglaive is the only knocking out in mid. I mean, I could back up my save and try it out and see how strong it gets. So let's consider Sonata's Crimson a possibility. I mean, actually, technically speaking, you could probably do a one-eyed Dragon's Ambition set with Switchglaive. It'd be harder to build up the consecutive attacks outside of some special moves, but if you were focused on low stance and special abilities, this would probably work pretty well for it. And this is actually a pretty beefy set. Like, even though it's only mid, you're at 10.4, which is on the heavier side of things. I didn't do that. Rightful eccentric and just have a fat fucking strong attack. That could be funny. 7 misfortunes, 8 hardships. I can't stand. I mean, Kingo's is a solid set that you can't go wrong with. What about, I don't know if I have pieces of it still. What about a Fat Boy's spear set? This Phoenix Wing claps, so I definitely want to use that. Phoenix Wing is out here just purity on everything. I don't know if I have any Fat Boy spear gear. I might need to just kill him real fast. Look, I don't think I have his smithing text, to be honest. Yeah, let me go beat him down real fast and get that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, is Warrior of the East. Yeah, I don't like the status sets. The only problem with doing Warrior of the East is you'd have to do a serious investment in Constitution. Or not Constitution, stamina. You block too much, dummy. Dude, Tonfa's fucking shred Honda. So if we did Warrior of the East, we would get an attack bonus Constitution, which is a solid pickup. We would pick up life drain on active skill, which can be nice. Melee damage and damage taken. That would definitely make for a very tanky Switchglaive build. It just seems so basic bitch though, you know? I just hate the idea that like this whole build is like, all right, now you're just going to put on the Warrior of the East gear, and then you're going to spec lock this, and boom, done. Like, it's this build, I mean, it's like, all right, we're going to go for these because they have purity, but we also want other elements. We're going to work in a Maelstrom ODB. We're going to work in these two to take care of enemy based on confusion. We're going to do this to pick up increased attack purification, and then 4 pieces of One-Eyed Dragon, but with the offhand One-Eyed Dragon, it can, like, there's just a lot of shit going on. Whereas with his shit, it would just be like, just put on this armor and use your Switchglaive and hit stuff. You need 65 stamina, be agility with Warrior of the East. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be a late game build, of course. But you'd probably have to spec into... You'd have to spec into Constitution... No, it wouldn't be as strong, I think, as part of the problem, too. Because if I spec'd it... If I was to remodel the Switchglaive... I mean, well, you'd be A- in Constitution, which isn't terrible, if we're being honest. A versus A-. So it's not like a huge loss. Getting double B+ is obviously always better. But I think part of the problem is I really don't want to have to invest 99 into magic. Because the problem is if I'm going 99 into magic, that's ass, you know? Because then it's like, well, since I'm this deep into magic, I better take care of, where's my item drop rate? Do I have mercenary? I don't. Put that on. Crimson gives a 2.5 increase at 25% health. What? Sure it's not 25%? Because 2.5 does not sound right. Okay, bro. My turn. Wah, wah, wah. Drop your smithing text, Honda. There's Warrior of the East version of your Toxic Storm build. Coiled Snake Helm with the Rest Warrior of the East and Gozu Tenno's Axe. I don't level magic for my Switchglaive, and I focus on skill constitution. I mean, it would work. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like the exact kind of build that I'm thinking about doing with Switchglaive. I could do it with Spear and instantly have better damage. If you go 99 magic, you might as well go caster. Yeah, and caster just feels eh. Switchglaive in general doesn't have any high instant damage abilities. No, it's more about consistent damage. I mean, there's a couple things on it that are nice. Like your stance switches, those are pretty powerful. Infinite retribution along with the finisher, that can do a lot of damage, especially if you build out for it. That's like your boss shred. You know, there's some stuff I like a lot. That's a cool thing, or you just send rockets back. There's only one new game so far, and that's the Way of the Strong. Kusarigama is kind of in the same bucket, you know, where it's like, if I'm gonna invest 99 into Dex, I might as well use ninja stuff. And I don't know what the alternatives for Kusarigama is. Skill or strength? I don't think Yukis really knows that much about, you know, he's more of a Dark Souls boy. Which, I mean, there's obvious crossover between Nioh and Dark Souls, but I find a lot of times that people that are like really, really hardcore in Dark Souls, they're actually kind of ass when it comes to Nioh. Like they just, I don't know, it does not click for them the same way. So this I would get AA-. Or I could do a skill-based build with Kawanami, or with Kusarigama in general. Exactly, Dark Souls doesn't encourage aggression at all, and Nioh is very much about just beating the shit out of something. It's like hyper aggression pays off tenfold in Nioh, whereas Souls is a lot more about biding your time. Bloodborne is aggression? Yeah, but not the same kind as Nioh. Anyway, anyone else need help? I think we're going to probably wrap up in a little bit here. I'm going to say Infinite Retribution is only useful for the first 1.5 seconds you start the ability. After that, the range becomes shorter, plus dual blades can do better. Well, yeah, I mean, you could do Reaper or Water Sword or anything for that matter. Chair is killing me. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get a new chair within like the next year and a half, probably. No, I think Nioh's harder than Sekiro and Souls, because Souls is all about just blocking, getting parries. Sekiro is all about just deflecting. Nioh has, see, what's interesting about Nioh is Nioh has the potential to be both harder and easier depending on your build. No chair surgery, I can't fix that. That's just the column. I'm gonna get one of those expensive ass office chair things. Latest build, you mentioned the twin blades were the new standard of the builds. Does this mean your Obsidian Adachi is not up to par? I don't think the Obsidian build was all maxed out. Pretty sure it was not. I think the dual blade, you know, the dual sword build was the first time I like actually went super in depth and min-maxed all my shit. And the Tonfa is the second time I've done it. So both of those builds outclass everything else. But I mean, you could make the Odachi build like that. You could inherit Moonlit Snow onto every piece of gear. You could get everything up to +5, and the Odachi build would probably be just as strong. Souls and Sekiro are more skill-based. Nioh is build-based. I mean, Nioh is build-based, but that doesn't mean Souls is build or is purely skill-based. Because I have walked through Souls blindfolded with a Fum Ultra Greatsword, or any Ultra Greatsword for that matter, and you basically just hit R1 and win the game. Or just run a fucking longsword and a Great Shield, and you just block and slap every now and then, and you beat the game. Dark Souls, you can abuse just as much shit. The only difference is the power creep in Nioh is higher. In Dark Souls, you never reach the power levels where you're basically a god. In Nioh, you do. But if you want to compare early Dark Souls to early Nioh, if you were to take somebody, a better way to say it is this. If you were to take somebody that's inexperienced to both games and throw somebody into Dark Souls and throw somebody into Nioh, I would bet that 9 out of 10 times the person trying to learn Nioh gets the shit kicked out of them more. Because Nioh is a way more complicated game. That alone means it's harder. Now, if you're looking at somebody that's mastered Dark Souls versus somebody that's mastered Nioh, yeah, Nioh will definitely be easier. Because once you have a mastery of the knowledge and you know when to bait, when to attack, when to key pulse, Nioh gets a lot easier. But without that knowledge, Nioh is way, way harder. Anyway, who needs help with a quest? Because I'm just sitting here talking on a menu. Let's do some quests before I wrap up for the night. Otherwise, I'll do side quests, I guess. Ninja locks. Dual swords you recommend for a build? I got a video on the channel just for you, buddy. There is a limit to the skill points you can get per weapon. It's based on your proficiency, which is currently locked at 500,000. That might go up with the DLC. I'm pretty biased since you like Nioh more than Dark Souls. If you were to ask a Dark Souls player, which is more complicated, they would say Dark Souls. Dude, no, this is not bias. This is factual information. I do like Nioh more than Dark Souls, but that's not biasing my decision on which is more complicated and more different. It's not even negotiable. If you were to look at Nioh and Dark Souls in a 1-to-1, they both have light attacks, they both have heavy attacks, they both have parrying or blocking. Those are the basics. Agreed? But in Nioh, you need to add an extra button into all of your movements to regain your ki. In Dark Souls, your stamina just comes back over time. It just fucking regenerates. Nioh, you need to manage between 3 separate stances that each have a purpose. Your mid stance, which is going to be better for blocking. Your low stance, which is going to be better for ki. Your high stance, which is going to be better for damage. In Dark Souls, you don't got to worry about any of that shit. You just attack. And stuff dies. Both games have gear. Nioh's gear has 6 different affixes, which are going to determine whether your gear is useful or just a pile of fucking cloth on your body. Don't gotta worry about any of that shit in Dark Souls. You gotta pick a guardian spirit that has synergies with your particular build, or you might be useless. Don't gotta worry about that in Dark Souls. You gotta worry about a bunch of different soul cores that can also synergize with your spirit, which are going to dynamically increase either your attack or your defense. Don't gotta worry about that in Dark Souls. At the end of the day, I'm not saying Dark Souls isn't challenging. It just suggests Dark Souls is even remotely close to as complicated as Nioh. It's just a bold-faced lie. Because you could take the best Nioh player and put them into Dark Souls, they would probably manage to get through it, even if they'd never played. But if you were to take the best Dark Souls player and just throw him into Nioh, without any understanding of the differences in mechanics with key pulsing and stance changing, they'd probably get lost and get dunked all over, which is evident from any number of different Twitch highlights you can look at. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Nioh is the more complicated game. Oh, I see. Now you're getting into a different category. We never discussed whether the complexity of Nioh was a good thing or not. That's going to be a matter of preference. But the discussion was based around whether or not it was more complicated and more difficult. To which that answer can be empirically proven just on the sheer amount of extra shit that is in Nioh. Is Nioh more difficult to grasp? Yes, without a doubt. Is all that extra shit on top a good thing? That's going to depend on who you ask. Complication doesn't equal difficulty. Okay, Joe. So, if we had Calc 1, and then we have Calc 2 and Calc 3, which get progressively more complicated mathematically, by your logic, Calc 2 and Calc 3 should not be any harder than Calc 1. Because that's all they are. It's just a deeper, more complicated level of calculus. But as somebody who has gone from Calc 1 up to DiffEQ, I can tell you, Calc 2 can suck my left nut. Because it sucked so bad. And was infinitely fucking harder than Calc 1. No, dude, no, don't even math this in a video game. Your exact quote, sir. Your exact quote. Let me roll this up. Complication doesn't equal difficulty. That's a pretty fucking broad quote, man. That's a pretty broad quote. If you had said, just because it's more complicated doesn't mean it's more fun, I would have been like, that's right. I agree with you. That is that whether or not the more complicated depth of Nioh is more entertaining is very, very much a subjective thing. But the fact that it has all this extra shit in it compared to Dark Souls it is objectively more in-depth and objectively harder for a player to grasp. You can't deny there's more shit in Nioh to learn compared to Dark Souls. And if you are, you're just lying. Now, whether that's good or bad or fun, that wasn't part of the conversation. The conversation was which game is more complicated. The very basics of combat in Dark Souls are spacing, reading patterns, light, heavy attacking, blocking, parrying, maybe magic and throwing weapons. Nioh is all of that plus plus stances, key pulsing, and many skills. Exactly. Nioh has everything Souls has in combat, in addition to adding extra bullshit on top of it. It's easily harder to grasp. Let's do Stray Cats. It's a fun mission. You can't ignore a lot of that stuff in Nioh and still beat it easily? Not really. I would disagree. Let's say you ignore all that shit in Nioh and you're just going to do a ninja build. At the bare minimum, you're going to have to look up how to build that ninja build. You're not going to be able to just create a ninja build from scratch and know that you need ninjutsu power, untouched ninjutsu, and shuriken and kunai boosts. Oh, the extra stuff's what I like about it too, Cryptic. I'm right there with you. I think all this extra shit makes Nioh better than Souls. I love Nioh. I'm also a huge nerd when it comes to min-maxing. There's a reason I have like 1,000 hours of Monster Hunter. Doing all of this shit, that's what draws me into Nioh so much. Like I said though, whether or not that makes it a better game, it's gonna be up to the player. I know some people that they don't dig it. They don't like all that extra bullshit. They think Nioh is grossly overcomplicated. For someone like me, it's just the right amount of bullshit. Because I like managing all the little things. Figuring out how I can just squeeze out just that little extra bit of damage. I did the same thing in Diablo and Monster Hunter and every other game that has a system where I can min-max. I'm all about the min-maxing. Yes, mid stance is best for blocking. When you do a perfect key pulse in mid stance, there's a chance that, or not a chance, but when you do a perfect key pulse in mid stance, your block won't absorb ki. Let me if I was to do this, see how that first hit didn't cost me any ki to block? Whereas in low stance, it's going to cost less ki to attack now. Or just a hit. Yeah, guys, we're debating. I do not dislike Joe. I do like hearty debates. And remember, #1 rule is don't be a dickhead to each others. So whether you agree with Joe or don't agree with Joe, that's fine. But don't be calling for bans and calling people assholes and all this other stuff. You don't need none of that. One punch! Got my first cat. The vape has a strawberry lemonade liquid in it, which is delightful. Yeah, this is a really fun mission. That's 2 kitties. Bum ba da bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum ba da bum. Ba da ba da ba da bum bum bum. Get this big slimy thought, kitty cats. Bum ba da 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 bum. Come, final cat. Bum ba da bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum ba da bum. Don't want to leave any kitties behind. Ba ba bum bum ba da bum bum ba da bum bum. Now stop that. Yes. This is the best part of the fucking game. Does Dark Souls have 4 little fat cats jumping around? I don't think so. Jump, my kitties. Jump, my kitties. Jump, everybody jump. No, it's 4. Oh, it's 4. 2, 3, 4. They're so adorable. Submissions necessary in New Game Plus. Yes. You need to complete enough submissions to progress the bar that's at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, though, we are going to wrap things up here. It is almost 10 o'clock, and I got some spaghetti waiting for me that I would like to go. I'll pick up that ninja lock. So, Thursday, we're going to be playing Phantom Dust. For those of you that have never heard of it, it's a game from like 10 years and some change ago. My all-time favorite game. It's kind of like Dark Souls movement meets Magic the Gathering combat. There's really nothing else like it. So anyway, we're going to be playing some Phantom Dust on the channel and pulling in viewers and doing a shit ton of matches throughout the night. Should be a lot of fun. So for those of you that can join, I will see you then. Otherwise, have a great night, and I'll catch you guys sometime later in the week.